Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Bouke Hamminga. He is the Director of Sales at Royal Poultry Forum. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Very good. And we're here at IPPE in Atlanta, and your booth title is Home of Hatchery Innovation. Tell me a little bit about what that means.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The Home of Hatchery Innovation for us is being innovative, being in the world, and being at the IPPE show. I think I've been here for 20 years in a row now. What we try to bring to the industry, both here and worldwide, is that we want to bring integrated hatchery solutions. So we make incubators, we make climate control, and we make automation. And that makes us stand out from other people that do our line of business, saying that some people do incubators, some people do climate control, some people do automation. We tend to look at it as a global package that we can actually deliver. And if you talk then about the global package, I'd say this is more or less a hardware type of package that I now mention, incubators, climate control, and automation. But we also do smart center. That's the integration of these three types of businesses that we do. We do service, and we do our academy. And the Poultry Forum Academy, that is one of the central focal points of how we try to bring our business to the world, because it's not just buying an incubator or buying climate control or buying automation. It's getting the knowledge together with it in order to run it well, and that is where we try to focus on.
Information is power, that kind of idea, right?
Absolutely. And more we see, and that is also on the newer incubators, we can control them from overseas. We can tell people how to do maintenance from distant side. We actually have recently started going into preventive maintenance contracts. And we've been blessed here in the industry in the US. Out of the top 10, Tyson, Pilgrims, Cook Foods, Wayne Saunderson, House of Rayford, we count them all amongst our customers. And that's happened over the last 6-8 years that we've been really operational, also here in the US on a global scale. And what we bring to it is obviously, and that's why we are Royal, we are 100 years in business. We are not starters like we have started it a couple of years ago. We are 100 years bringing incubation solutions to the world.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about what's next, right? What's the vision? What are your plans for the future?
Well, you already mentioned data, and data is going to be an important part of it. For us, animal welfare and also human health are going to be important things. We see avian influenza growing everywhere around the world. So we have to go to next steps of where we want to focus our company. Part of that is also the lack of labor that we see. So we want to go into even more integrated, more autonomous type of hatcheries, in which a lot of what our machine used to do with a guy next door to it running it, a hatchery manager, that can be done also partly autonomous. And that is a part, you may see that trolley at the back there, that is a novelty that we have on our new machine line now, that actually integrates the knowledge from the embryo in order to steer the machine. So we are not steering the machine, it's actually basically the embryo who steers the machine. And we measure temperature, we measure egg shell temperature, we measure humidity, we also measure egg weight loss, and we measure for the first time in the industry, we measure heartbeat. And heartbeat is something that we can learn a lot of in the future, so that we can even understand better what the embryo needs. And that again tails into that academy thinking, because that academy thing for us is fundamental in what we do. Now, having said animal welfare and human welfare, avian influenza diseases are coming to us. We have a machine here. That's a smart fact. That's also a novelty on the show today. That's a machine that can do in ovo vaccination, but not only in ovo vaccination. It can also do coccidiosis vaccination, it can do salmonella vaccination, and we're even doing trials on nutrition. So we can do in ovo nutrition. So we already feed the birds before they come out of the egg, or we prepare their immune system before they come out of the egg. And then we don't have to treat them anymore in the hatchery itself after hatch. So for the bird, it's a more animal welfare way of keeping it as well. And these are the type of lines of how we see our autonomous hatchery go forward. And the machines that we present today, the Smart Sense generation of machine, they are really the first step in which we try to say to our customers, like, take our hand, we know our business, and go with us into the future. And a lot of people in the US are doing it.
Yeah,
and worldwide.
Now, tell me one more thing. the academy you were talking about. How do people participate in that? Because that
Yeah, well-
seems like everybody's hungry for knowledge,
Well, it's
right?
absolutely true. I mean, in the sense that I always tend to say that if you compare incubators side by side, you will find some differences, but they're not big. Within hatcheries that we have with our machines, we find large differences because some people are better trained than others on using the equipment. It's still a biological process that we do. And so what we try to do is educate as many people as possible. So we have an academy in the US. We have this year 2 academies, one in Latin America, one in Africa, one in Europe, one in the Middle East, 2 in Asia. And that's the way we bring people together.
Yeah.
Clients and non-clients, we bring them together. We typically have groups from between 10 to 25. Sometimes 80 people come.
Right.
And we take them through a 2-3 day course in which we go from what the embryo needs to what the equipment can do. And we also go in practice into a hatchery. So it's not just a classroom type of sessions. And that helps. That brings people together. We see WhatsApp groups coming up. WhatsApp groups where people, even after the course has been done, they still keep contact with each other. And they teach each other and they train each other. And that's the way I think
That
we can be
face-to-face
connected.
it's so important,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
That face-to-face communication is so important in learning, I think.
And we've done this now for the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So we have hundreds of people in the world that were trained at the Pasture Farm Academy.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry Site.